Džon Boulbi's decades of work into parent-child attachment has led to a huge body of research into bonds and relationships. Now, an attachment can be described as a long-enduring emotional tie to a specific person, and according to Boulbi, such bonds are rooted in evolutionary development. Now, babies have an innate drive to form an attachment with a primary caregiver. It's pretty sharpish, and that's so they can guarantee someone a little bit bigger and a lot bit stronger is there for them to protect them from danger. Boulbi suggests that there are 5 key innate behaviours that babies have in their arsenal straight out of the belly to secure them this satisfactorily whipped primary caregiver. These behaviours are sucking, cuddling, looking, smiling, and crying. So how does an attachment develop? Well, Boulbi identifies 4 stages. The first phase, called pre-attachment, covers the first 2 months from birth. In this time, babies already show a portfolio of interaction and attachment-seeking behaviours, even without any personal social experience. They truly are natural people pleasers. In this phase, babies demonstrate a marked preference for a human over a non-human stimuli. For example, a child of this age is much more likely to want to look at a face than at a beach ball. And straight away, they're able to exhibit these signalling behaviours, such as smiling and crying, to attach and maintain attention. Well, in the second stage, attachment in the making, it's the precursor to full-on genuine attachment. From 2 to 7 months, babies acquire the basic social rules of interacting with others, such as turn-taking and shared attention. At this stage of development, the primary caregiver is doing a huge amount of the legwork on behalf of the infant, teaching them the basic rules of play, of turn-taking and demonstrating interaction through things like baby talk conversation and playing with the baby. Boulbi's third stage is what he calls clear-cut attachment, emerging between 7 months and 2 years. Now, this stage loosely lines up with Boulbi's concept of a critical period of attachment. This idea is somewhat out of fashion at the moment, by this stage, infants show undeniable indications of having formed a specific attachment. For example, it's at this point that a baby demonstrates the ability to miss their primary caregiver and doesn't treat all adults indiscriminately. It's no longer squishy baby cuddles for all, it's specific love for a specific person. The final of Boulbi's 4 stages is a goal-corrected partnership. And it's at this stage that the infant's behaviours from 2 years become increasingly intentional. A younger infant would cry because they're in pain, whereas an infant at this stage of development will cry in order to summon their primary caregiver. And this is a hugely sophisticated form of social interaction. Not only are they responding to their own needs and goals, but they're able to manipulate those of others by calculating primary caregivers' own personal goals into their decision-making and behaviour. And it shows that the infant has now developed the basics of a relationship. As these skills develop, a child can move beyond the initial use of external behaviours and draw on increasingly complex understandings of internal feelings and expectations. At this point, that Boulbi's concept of internal working models really comes into force, and the basis of all future relationships and interactions are built on these foundational interactions with a person's primary caregiver.